much for coming. We're excited for our March Quarterly Coffee. We are having it a week early because next week is spring break, and so hopefully some of you are going to escape this cold weather for somewhere warmer next week. Just a couple chamber updates before I hand it over to Brandon Borseth. He's going to represent the Clear Lake Community School District today. The first is regarding Color of the Wind. If any of you came downtown during Color of the Wind, it was by far a record-breaking crowd. There is no way on earth we could have ever anticipated the number of people that came to Color of the Wind, which is fantastic, and it's also a great challenge for us for next year to make sure we have a little bit better traffic control. But our restaurants were full and people were, exploring our main avenue, and our town showed really well. And so one of the things that we did during Color of the Wind was we did some creepy tracking. So anybody who came down, we had a geofence, which is essentially a digital fence around the downtown area, and we saw 20,000 unique cell phone pings during the time of the event, and that doesn't include children and anybody who has their location services turned off. So we estimate there were probably between 40 and 50,000 people who came downtown during Color of the Wind. So that was just a huge success, and now that we know who came downtown, we can retarget them and try and get them to come back during the warmer months of the year as well. So that's exciting for us. Looking ahead, Earth Day is just around the corner. We have Jan Lovell here. She's going to speak about our Earth Day activities during the events section. And when we meet in June, we'll have already had Earth Day, Try Clear Lake, and Thursdays on Main will be underway. So we are, entering that, fast and furious event season, and we're really excited about another record-breaking year of events. On an operations or just chamber perspective, our board met this week, and we kicked off a strategic planning session for the chamber. It's been some time since the chamber has sat down and thought through what is our plan for the next 3 to 5 years, and so we invited the Institute for Decision Making from UNI to come and kick that process off earlier this week, and we're really excited to see how our strategic plan shapes up so we can better serve our community, our members, and our tourists. So with that, that's all I have from a chamber update. I'm going to go ahead and invite Brandon Borseth up here, and he's going to give a brief update on the Clear Lake Community School District.
Hey, thank you so much. And before I get rolling, I want you to be all aware, I was informed by my superintendent that I have a maximum of 3 minutes. So if I go over, please don't tell him.
Doug usually takes 10 to 15. So.
All right. I feel like there's been a precedent set then. First, on a personal note, I want to say thank you for everything that the Chamber does in and for and with this community. When I closed my eyes and my wife and I imagined what we would do with our kids, pulling them around on a frozen lake in a sled was never on there when we were in our 20s. But I tell you what, they had an absolute blast, and they loved every minute of it. One thing that all these things do that, I call it the law of unintended consequences, it makes this community sell incredibly well. Anytime someone comes in for an interview, I always get a comment. I saw this poster when I drove around town, or I saw this. This is the only time I've interviewed people for positions and had them call me back on a regular basis. Hey, have you guys made a decision yet? Because I would love the opportunity. And that's a large part to what goes on here and what you put on in the community. Yes, you pour into families, but it makes people want to be a part of things that are happening here, and it raises a level of excitement. And honestly, it makes our candidate pools larger. It makes our decision making more difficult, which is a good thing. And so thank you for that. If you did not know, I was approved by the board on Wednesday to be the next principal at Clear Creek Elementary, and I could not be more excited to step into that role and begin to serve our teachers and our students and our families in that way. I have learned and grown a ton in my 3 years working in administration at the elementary, and I'm excited to bring the wealth of, or hopefully it's the wealth of what I've accumulated during my 15 years in education to that building in that leadership capacity. I could not be more excited for a variety of reasons. First, to continue the things that are going well. I would not trade my son's experience as he's finishing 5th grade in that elementary for anything in the world. He is super excited because now the baseball season is on, which means the 5th grade field trip to Minneapolis can happen, and he's really, really pumped about that. If you're not pumped about that, I'll talk to you later. We need to get you excited about baseball. We live in a time where we know more than we ever have, and yet we feel like we're just continually falling further and further behind. That is going to become a major theme in all of society. And as we walk forward in education, we want to take what we know and make sure that we're applying it and continually pouring into kids. We recognize the fact that some of our social emotional needs are higher. It came up in the SIAC committee. It comes up whenever we talk to parents and just community members at large. One of the things we've done is we've just approved the hire of a second counselor at Clear Creek Elementary to begin that process of supporting teachers inside of classrooms to be able to leverage another individual's time so that we can work with kids, help them learn and grow, not just on the academic side, but on understanding, especially in our youngest, what's developmentally necessary there to know we love you, that we care about you, that we want you to do well. And when they have those things solidified, you're going to watch their academics take off like crazy. So again, I'm pretty sure my time is up. So Mr. G, if you're watching and it went over 3, I apologize. But could not be more excited to get started. If you have not stopped by Clear Creek or seen the things that are going on, you need to. And okay, I lied, I got one last thing. One of my big things is I love to celebrate what's going well. On the announcements every day, I read off character shout outs and things like that. Well, we just finished our American Heart Association Kids Heart Challenge fundraiser. We raised over $35,000 for the American Heart Association. And here's what's really cool about that. Our previous record was $23,000. So we destroyed our own school record. It also made us #1 in the state of Iowa for fundraising for the American Heart Association. And nationally, if I have this correct, we were #11 overall. So if you saw those Facebook invites to contribute, and you did, thank you for the part that you played in that. We're so very excited to have even more things to celebrate with you in the years to come. Sorry, I gotta go. I'm gonna be tardy.
I know the kids really look forward to those character shout outs. My son comes home and, just waits, if he has a character shout out to see whether or not he's gonna be announced. So that is really cool at the school. And there's a lot of great new hires that were approved on Wednesday, new hires or promotions. So I'd encourage you to take a peek at all the exciting things happening at our school. Up next we have Bennett Smith. He's going to give us an update on what's been going on around the city.
All right, thank you very much, Stacy. First of all, I want to offer my congratulations to those Clear Lake Lions and the girls track team who did a fantastic job down at state, right? They got 3rd. I believe your daughter won a couple of silver medals, so congratulations. Give them a round of applause. What I'd like to start with today for the city update is to update you on some of the new board appointments that we have. Another great thing the Chamber does is the Lake Leadership class, and we were very fortunate, the mayor and I, to speak to that class a couple of weeks ago, I think now. And Brian Fodrill, who's here, Brian, would you stand up for me? He was gracious enough to apply for our Planning and Zoning Commission board, and we approved him on Monday night. So thank you for serving, Brian. We greatly appreciate that. Those are very important boards. Also, Tammy Ort, who many of you know, applied for the Library Trustee Board. She's a tremendous asset to us at the library, serves on various boards, so I want to congratulate her as well. All right, the next item I want to cover is just to give you a little update on the Wellness Center. How many of you have been out to the Wellness Center? Excellent. For those of you that haven't, really encourage you to check that out. It's a tremendous facility. One of the key aspects that we like to emphasize is that it's really an intergenerational facility. This past weekend, if you happened to be out there, we had a ton of people out there. The parking lot was full, and from very little kids to old folks like me, it's just a great opportunity to promote health and wellness. So, unique opportunity there. Our memberships are approaching, and fasten your seatbelt here, 400 members right now, which really exceeds our expectations based on the fact we've only been open for just a few weeks. So a very exciting number there. We have kind of the final equipment coming in for the playground. That should be in, I think, within about a week. So we're looking forward to that. Next item I bring you up to speed on is the inclusive playground and splash Park. Our planning team met on that yesterday. We've got a terrific layout for that, so we're moving forward with that. The council authorized $1.3 million in bonds last Monday night for that project, so we hope to bid that project out this summer. And the demolition work should be starting next week on it. So we'll get the old county sheds down and we'll be good to go for this summer. As far as the housing update, I'd like to mention this. As many of you know, housing is a very strategic issue in our community. We are a growing community. I don't care what the census number said, it's clear to us at the city level that we are growing. And one of the strains that we have is we just don't have enough housing. So our team at the city is very aware of this, and we're going to be very aggressive about working with developers to improve that situation. And right now we have a couple of projects that we're hopeful can go forward with price points on single-family homes, townhomes less than $350,000, and try to get some more affordable housing here in Clear Lake. So we're excited about that. As far as economic development, let me give you an update there. The new Emerald Edge development out on Highway 18, we are moving forward with that. The first phase of that is the Hy-Vee Fast and Fresh Convenience Store, which is about a $3 million investment, and that should be getting started this spring. There's also been some significant interest in 2 other lots at Emerald Edge, which is very, very exciting. It's interesting when we get a terrific anchor project like we did at Courtway Park with the Fairfield Inn, it really catalyzes further economic development. So hopefully by the next quarterly update, we'll be able to give you some more information on that. Then just real quick, in terms of infrastructure, we have 2 key projects we're working on this summer. The first is East Main Street. That's a $2.6 million project that includes some federal funding. As many of you know, unfortunately, we had to take quite a few trees down there. It doesn't look real good right now, but I want to emphasize part of the reason we had to do that this early is because of some of the federal regulations involved. And so what we will do is we'll grind those stumps out of there as soon as we can. We've got a plan to go forward with some really nice tree replanting, and so hopefully we'll get that looking a lot better than it currently does. And then secondly, the seawall rehabilitation project. As you all are well aware, the seawall is a crucial part of our waterfront, and it just needs a little TLC. So we've got about $250,000 set aside for that project, and we will bid that out here at the end of the month. Finally, our financial update at the city. You can rest easy at night. Our budget is in excellent shape. All right, we have about a $19.4 million budget this year. Roughly $10.4 million of that is for operations, $8 million for capital expenses, and about $850,000 for debt service. But the great thing is that's only about 5.3% of our constitutional debt limit is all we're using, and our tax rate will be staying the same at 9.7%. And over the last many years, that's either come down or stayed stable. And I think that's a testament to our city staff, to Scott Flory, Craig Schmidt, and the rest of the staff. So with that, I'll be happy to take any questions you have, or I'll give back the mic. All right, thank you, everybody. Greatly appreciate it.
All right, so from a broader North Iowa perspective, we like to invite our president of the North Iowa Corridor Economic Development Corporation, Chad Schreck, to give an update regarding what's going on countywide.
Thank you, Stacy. It's great to see everybody this morning, and that was awesome to hear from the school. It's awesome to have young leadership like that in our community. And for our kids, that was really encouraging, and same for Bennett and everything going on with the city. It's really awesome stuff going on right now. Just a quick overview on the economy. I think everybody's obviously watched the news. We know there's a lot of craziness going on in the world and the markets and everything else. So those are things that we try to keep an eye on. We've been really fortunate here locally. We've got 3% unemployment rate. We've got 2,200 jobs that were posted in our county over the last month. So if you know anybody, and it looks like you all probably do because you all showed up, please invite them to move to North Iowa because we have jobs, we have opportunity, we have quality of life, we have color the wind. I mean, come on. So we've got it all, and we just need more people. I mean, that's what a lot of this stuff comes down to. But we do continue to be concerned about inflation, supply constraints, all those different things that have been affecting everybody. Gas prices going up. Those are all major issues, major concerns in the greater economy. Luckily, we've been pretty buffered from a lot of these swings that you see in other areas, and I think that's what a lot of us appreciate, right? We're a lot more stable, we're a lot more confident in what we have here, and it's been phenomenal. You can't even go down Main Street and see an empty building, right? I mean, how many communities our size can say that? So really encouraging things here, but of course we do gotta watch the broader spectrum. Cool project that actually Joe Pritchard, and I saw we got Pritchard's, Emily here, we got Pritchard's. We've been working with Pritchard's on really cool projects, speaking of the gas prices, for EV charging over at their new place at the former Team Quest building. Have some more meetings on that actually this afternoon with some state representatives from IEDA and DOT to talk about some federal and state grant funding that might be available to help us out with that. We've had conversations with the city and county as well, because we think that could be a really big deal. It's an amazing project that they're trying to push forward here. But the opportunity to be the main charging hub between Minneapolis and Des Moines is a big deal for our community, and the other things that they're looking to do with that to draw more people into our town and continue that economic development, continue those patrons at our stores and restaurants is really cool. So appreciate everything they're doing on that, and we hope to move that forward as best we can. On the larger scale project side and industrial development, biofuels continues to actually be a really big hotspot for us in industry looking here. And really phase 2 of that. Obviously we've got ethanol, we've got biodiesel. Now we've got companies that are coming in and looking at what they're calling renewable diesel, sustainable aviation fuel, naphtha, some other products that are created. And because of where we're situated, our interstate, our rail system, obviously our farming community, we have some really cool opportunities in that. We actually have 2 major industries and 2 major companies that have gotten land options here locally. In the Mason City Industrial Park, that would both be hundreds of millions of dollar projects, and about 50 to 70 jobs each, but with starting wages over $60,000. So really high tech, really cool companies that over the course of the next 6 to 8, 9 months, we'll be working through some due diligence and some other things, trying to get those projects over the hump, and they'd start construction, if everything goes perfect, at least one of them by next spring. So we're hoping that we can get one of those over the finish line. They'd be very large, significant projects for us in this area. In addition to that, we're seeing a lot in biomaterials or biomass, and there's a big move to make like plastics and things like that from biomaterials rather than from oil. And we've got a company interested in doing a research and development facility around that here as well, which would be about a $40 to $50 million project. And again, high tech, really innovative company that would be a really cool thing and complement what we have here. So those are some of the cool industry things. We've also seen incredible interest from our local, even retail, all the way up to warehousing, distribution, companies that are looking to expand here. We've had, I think, 4 or 5 meetings just this week with some companies about some expansion opportunities. So that's been encouraging to see, despite everything I mentioned at the beginning. So we'll see where that all goes, but I think if you drive around and see the level of construction, you guys are seeing it, right? So it's been really encouraging to see all of that. So that gets us to our workforce issue. I mentioned earlier, we are continuing to do a lot with our schools. Appreciate everything that both of them do, and well, more than both of them. We've got Newman, we've got Clear Lake, we've got Mason City. We actually had some Clear Lake High School mock interviews. Hunter Callahan from our office runs, so appreciate the partnership. Many of you might have participated in those. We invite business leaders and folks to meet with students and put them through the process, help them to learn. How do you talk to a business leader? How do you go after these jobs? What are the questions you would ask? So those are always really fun. We're doing a lot on the marketing side, and Stacy's heavily involved in this through our Vision North Iowa marketing team. Check out the thisisnorthiowa.com website. This is really our big people recruitment workforce effort. It's all under, we're still working on it, so if you see things that need to be improved, let us know. Don't be afraid to critique that. We want to make sure it's a tool for our employers, for our community members, to use to tell people about why they should come to North Iowa, what makes us special, how do we highlight all those neat events. We're working with actually Jurid Photography on photo and video content over the course of the next year to really ramp up our game on that as well. And the same stuff that Stacy mentioned with like the geofencing, the company that did that, Amplified Digital, we're working on targeted people recruitment efforts so we can capture those people that were here for Color to the Wind and send them our materials, our information, our job opportunities. You've got an experience here, you know we're a great community, come back, don't just visit, stay here for the long term. So trying to do that. And Bennett touched on housing, how important that is. We've got a severe deficit in everything from apartments to single family housing. We're trying to move the needle on that. This last couple of months, the North Iowa Corridor actually spun off a new 501c3 called the North Iowa Corridor Housing Development Corporation. And we did that so we'd have kind of a funding vehicle, as entity that could really help push more of that affordable, attainable housing in our communities, because that's a big struggle, especially as we see the supply constraints. We see one house on the market in Clear Lake. You know, we need to start building that out. So we'll be looking at everything from helping with subdivision developments, infrastructure, to multifamily, bringing in developers in niches that other people that wouldn't make sense privately. You know, because you get into that $350,000, it's hard to build houses for that right now, or buy lots and be able to afford it. So we're not going to try to compete with the existing developers or anything like that. We want to partner with them to help bring in funding and opportunities to make that easier and cheaper to do here locally and build that up. You know, we saw the 130 units in Mason City go up. They got filled instantly. They're doing 90 more, and they've got a waiting list. So we know we can need apartments. We know we need single family. We're trying to address all of it. So then I'll just kind of close out. The other cool thing that we're doing as a broad community is the comprehensive plan. You can ask Scott Florid more about that. But we're going to be doing a countywide comprehensive plan across Mason City, Clear Lake, and the county. 4 or 5 years ago, we did our Vision North Iowa Economic Development Plan. This is really the next level of that. It goes deeper. It gets a lot more ingrained in the communities. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities for folks here to participate in that over the next year, and focus groups and surveys and all kinds of things to talk about what do we do here in the next 5, 10, 20 years to grow as a community. So really looking forward to that. And I'll just close out. You got to ask for money. We are in the middle of or at the start of our annual campaign for the corridor. So if you're not a member or an investor in the corridor, and you'd like to be, we have members anywhere from $100 to $20,000, and everything in between. So we welcome anything there if you want to support what we're doing. We sure appreciate it. But thank you all. Thanks, Stacy, for all you do.
I think one of the things that makes North Iowa really special is that we have these partnerships between the chambers, the city, the EDC, NIAC, the Papa John Center. It just allows us to do more because we each are kind of focused on what we're good at. And then, you know, we see the benefits of that through the type of economic development and housing shortages. You know, it stinks, but it is definitely a sign that things are going well for us here. We are going to move on to what I call the rapid fire portion of the agenda. The first section is new employees and promotions. So if you happen to be on the agenda for that section, I'm going to invite you to line up over here so we can just pass the mic from one introduction to another. If you are not on the agenda and you would like to be, you can line up as well. You know, maybe you got here today and Lori. Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry. You guys can stand still. Lori Leeds. We know that our CEO report. We know that there are a lot of exciting things going on in this very area that we are a part of, and so I invited Lori and then skipped right over her. That's all right. To provide an update regarding what's going on with this block of town. Sorry, Lori.
No, that's okay. She said the words rapid fire and my anxiety. Oh my God. No, I'll keep it under 3 minutes too, because it's so great to see such a full room of people and have such exciting news to share, whether it's promotions, expansions, events. It's wonderful to be a part of this event. So thanks for inviting me up to share our story a little bit. 2 years ago, I said I wouldn't say the C word, but the anniversary of COVID is today. So a year ago, I think I stood up here and probably shed some tears. We didn't know, if we were going to make it or not, but we were expanding. So if you guys have read the papers and noticed the 2 restaurants that are around us and our name associated with it, that is true. About a year ago, we started noticing a lot of our events having people coming and they haven't eaten because they couldn't get enough, they didn't have enough time to stay at a restaurant. There seemed like there was a shortage, and in conjunction with that, some of the caterers that we've been working with have retired, found other jobs because of COVID. We just noticed a growing started looking around and noticing all the vacant buildings, and somebody had the crazy idea to kind of talk about operating a couple restaurants, which gave me a lot of anxiety, and still does. And let me just say, when we started this venture, we were just looking at grants opportunity when the Malsbys were looking at selling their building. We started talking to them. We weren't expecting twins, but we agreed to that one. And then Jeff Brackey purchased the old Sips property next to us and wanted really badly for us to be involved in the operation of that too. So we started exploring the options, and we are a 501c3, so one of the biggest concerns we had was unrelated business income, and we just can't operate something of those natures. It doesn't fit in with our mission. So we did create a sub-corporation called the Surfside Hospitality Group. It's a taxable entity. It's under the umbrella. It's a fully and wholly, what do I want to say, it's a subsidiary of the Surf, but they pay taxes, the dividends, and the profits come back to the Surf Ballroom. So it's a complicated web that we have, but we are in the process of hiring some directors and management for the restaurant. We spent the entire day yesterday meeting with people, and it's an exciting time for us. The two restaurants, the concepts are different. The one next door will be called the Surfside, and that's going to be kind of a Caribbean or coastal themed restaurant. It'll be what I kind of have called the casual, elegant type fare. We're going to have some seafood and hand-cut steaks and just a nice atmosphere over there. We're going to expand the seating and finish the upper deck, so that'll be kind of fun to have a bar upstairs, a nice place to go and eat outside during the summer, because the footprint on the inside of there is about 30 people, so it's not a very big one. The old, it's been a lot of things, Lou's Lounge, I guess, is the most popular, and I'm starting to find myself, we're going to start calling them by their names, so I'm not going to call them by their old names anymore. That'll be called the Legacy Grill, and we thought long and hard about the concept over there, and essentially if you think about like a Hard Rock Cafe, we're going to use that concept with an American fare, kind of a casual menu, and it'll be a lot of fun. We're expanding the deck. You'll notice the construction going on over there, so additional outdoor seating, and the deck will be utilized during like farmers market, hopefully to be kind of a stage as well. So we're excited about that. We're excited about the opportunity to have a chef that can cater our events as well. We have events that range from 10 people on up to 400, and it's going to be so much fun for us to cater those internally eventually. So we're going to get our arms wrapped around the restaurants, and gosh, don't have that. Just kidding. That was not a lead into something else, I promise. I don't know what I was thinking. So we're excited about the catering opportunities as well, and that those entities do operate under a separate board of directors, of which I'm the treasurer. So we have the president, which is Shane Cooney. There's a little crossover between the two entities, and then we also have board members Kevin Hansen and Andrew Nicholas, and we may be expanding that board as well as we grow. So that's kind of it in a nutshell. I think it's been a lot of fun to do that. Thank you again for being here. I'll keep it brief, but if you have a chance and haven't been here to go see the dance floor, that was a project we completed in December. That was probably the final restoration for the original dance floor that's going to be 75 years old last year. It's beautiful, and so we're excited to have that done as well. And we're looking forward to a great summer filled with summer showcase series and a lot of the familiar traditional events, and our schedules can start to fill up real soon. So keep an eye on us, and again, if you know people that are looking to work, please send us those folks. We are looking for more great people to add to our team. So thanks again for the opportunity.
I think we can all agree that the Surf is a special place, and to see two new restaurant options right here on this block is going to be very exciting for this, for this region of town. Now we will move on to the rapid fire portion of the agenda. So I'll go ahead and invite Mark Dodd up first. The second agenda item is Jeremy Batista, and he actually fell ill today, and so he is not going to be here to introduce himself, but he is a great new hire for One Vision in terms of their Boyer Pool and Wellness Center. So Mark, are you ready to come up and do your introduction of Heidi? And then if you're next in line, you can just grab the mic from Mark when he's finished.
I didn't realize there was an order, so thank you very much, Stacy. Yeah, thank you. I'm Mark Dodd. I'm the CEO at One Vision. I'm very excited to be able to introduce Heidi Wilred as our Chief Human Resources Officer. Heidi joined the organization back in the middle of January, and so has only been with us a very brief time. She came to us from Mercy One, North Iowa, with over 25 years of experience in the healthcare industry and and in the human resources field in particular. And for One Vision, that's a huge advantage, because as much as people think about us as a human resources organization, we are really a healthcare organization providing support to people in their homes in the community to live independently and help them with their health and their growth and those kinds of things. So I'm going to hand it over to Heidi to introduce herself a little bit further.
Well, hello everybody. I'm very excited to be part of One Vision, learning a different part of healthcare. So I live in Mason City and been in the North Iowa area for several years, and happy to partner with anybody that's interested and will come for mock interviews or whatever we can do for any partnership. So thanks for having us, and thanks for welcoming in this wonderful event as well. So looking forward to getting to know more of you.
Good morning. We're from Cerro Gordo County Extension. I'm Sarah DeBoer, and I'm the director there. And this is Nicole. She joined our team in November. We have lots of programs for lots of things, so if you need help, please reach out to us. We're here for a strong Iowa. Nicole does 2 programs specifically about nutrition. They're called Buy, Eat, Live Healthy and Shop, Plan, Save, Cook. So if you need us, we are over in the East Highview parking lot, I like to call it, but it's the old Girl Scout building. So yeah, we're here for a strong Iowa, and we appreciate your time.
Good morning, I'm Josh Thompson. I'm a commercial lender at Clear Lake Bank and Trust, and I'm pleased today to announce the promotion of Kevin Hennessy. He was promoted, I think in the 4th quarter of 2021 from consumer loan officer to now mortgage loan officer. So with this promotion, he was previously in Clear Lake, now he's over in Mason City in our West Branch. Kevin, you came to us, I think, with 8-ish years of prior banking experience at a bank in Des Moines, primarily in the mortgage residential department, so he has a lot of experience in that area. He is somewhat of a local native. He's a graduate of NIAC in the University of Northern Iowa. And now that he lives in Mason and he's getting involved in a lot of organizations over there, so I'll let him say a few words.
Good morning. It's like Josh said, I'm Kevin Hennessy. I've been at the bank now for about 3 years. I'm married to my wife, Libby. She's a physical therapist at Athletico in Mason City. So we just enjoy our time up here.
Hi, I'm Diane Childress, and I'm the new Community Education and Lifelong Learning Institute Coordinator out at NIAC. I've only been at it for about 3 weeks, but I've hit the ground running. We've already got some deadlines coming up for our next catalog. If you're a little confused about what I do, if you think about the catalog that just probably came through your mailbox and had a woman with a hard hat on, those are the catalogs that we come up with. And we're really always looking for people to teach some of those classes. So if you're thinking, ooh, I would love to teach a community education class, let me know. Or if you've got ideas of things we could bring to the community. My areas that I program classes for are Mason City, Clear Lake, and Hampton. So shoot me an email and say, hey, I've got a great idea for a class. That would be absolutely fantastic. We love new ideas. We want to bring as many things we can to community education, and we want to try to hit all ages as well. I'm also the Lifelong Learning Institute Coordinator. If you're not sure what that is, we have a program at NIAC where you can pay $99, and then you can take, I think this semester we have 35 classes that you can take. There are no tests. There are no assignments. You simply just do what it says. It's lifelong learning. And that is something that's an absolute wonderful program. We're actually, most of our classes are taught at NIAC. We'd like to branch off and maybe have a few taught of them here in Clear Lake as well. And again, if you have ideas, you want to teach some of those classes, or if you want to become a Lifelong Learning Institute member, just let us know. We're glad to have you. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Tom Lovell, CEO of CLTEL, and I'm happy to announce that we have hired a new Chief Operating Officer, Doug Garber. Doug comes to us from Central Illinois, I guess is the best way to put it, and he said it's remarkably colder in North Iowa than it is down there. So I'll let Doug give you just a brief snippet of him.
Good morning, everybody. Doug Garber moved here officially the last, right at the end of January, and so my family's been here now for a month. was searching for jobs over the last 2 to 3 years, you know, I looked all over the Midwest. You know, we've driven through Clear Lake, I believe, going to Minneapolis a few times, never thought twice about it. But, you know, we saw the opportunity here. We saw, there's a video on YouTube, I think it's called Life is Better at the Lake or something like that. It worked. Just so you know, I mean, I checked last night, there were about 7,000 views, and I think my family was about 100 of those. Anyway, I'm very happy to be here. I'm anxious to start seeing familiar faces around town. I did, just so you all know, I did buy the last house. We are just excited to get involved with the community and work with the Lovels and Dan and Ken are back there and the whole CLTL team. And we are going, my son and I are going to the Hairball concert here tomorrow night. So if you see us, say hi.
Okay, Harry's gonna kill me. Many of you might not know, good morning, many of you might not know about what all Oakwood has to offer. So not only do we provide skilled care and assisted living opportunities, as well as long-term care, but we have a healthy living home care program. Carrie is our healthy living home care coordinator, and she's working to develop relationships with all of you community members. You might question what's healthy living home care look like for Oakwood. It really is specific to the individuals that need services but wish to stay in their home. So she can talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah, we provide services anywhere ranging from help with showers, help with just light housekeeping. You know, it's hard for seniors with walkers or canes to run a vacuum cleaner, or just change bedding, do some laundry. We provide, everybody gets background check, everybody's COVID tested, so they can feel safe that whoever's coming in their home can take good care of them. So yeah, just reach out to us.
Let her know if you have any questions.
Good morning. I'm not on the list because I decided Tuesday it was time to rejoin the chamber. These girls are doing a very nice job. Renee Kramer. I started my career next door in the White House that the Surf now owns. That was a salon 100 years ago. So I've been in the business 35 years. Hair & Company was established 1976 by Chris Dewey. So we've been here a long, long time. I'm very, very excited about the new things that are coming with these two restaurants. We are over the moon excited about what's going to be coming downtown. So I can't say that you can get into Hair & Company because we are busy, busy, busy. And that's a wonderful thing. We see new people coming in, and I think, where are all these people moving to? Where are they working? But each week we see new people coming to the community. As a matriarch and a historian down here, it was time. Thank you, girls, for running a nice program. It wasn't always. So thank you so very much. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
We'll go ahead and move on to our special updates, honors, and awards. We've got a couple of them, so I'll go ahead and invite Gerald up here to talk about the Isle of Iowa. And is Lori around? Do we need Lori nearby?
She's in the back.
Okay.
Good morning. I'm Gerald Potachik. I'm the president of the Isle of Iowa Parrot Head Club. Does everybody know what a parrot head is? Okay. Well, if you don't, parrot heads are a term a long time back that one of Jimmy Buffett's members coined. All his fans that follow him to all his shows and stuff. So we've been parrot heads for a long time. And we've been following Jimmy and his music. But throughout the years, the music keeps evolving. We have a lot of independent artists start doing the island type music, and a lot of it leans towards country, but it has an island relaxed theme. You're in the sun on a beach, just drinking a margarita. And we started these things. The genre is called trop rock, is what the music's called. And in 2018, we had our first Island Fever showcase here at the Surf Ballroom. We had a tough time talking Lori and Shane into letting us do it, but it was good enough. They let us do a second one last September over Labor Day weekend. We had around 700 attendees come from all around the country. They really enjoyed the Midwest, the hospitality of the Midwest people. They loved the drink prices here compared to when we go to Florida. We had a great time. Everybody enjoyed it, and we had people, we had venues uptown sponsor some of our artists that came through. If you saw a bunch of people on Labor Day weekend on the streets, and we were on the street over here, and the police escorted us off the street over here next door. And over at the brewery, we were on the sidewalks. We had to get off the sidewalk. So we did get acquainted with the police department here. Hopefully next time we'll know a little better. But we really appreciate the surf letting us do it last fall again, Labor Day weekend. And we had a pretty good time. We had a skip, we're supposed to be in 2020, but of course everybody knows why that got canceled or postponed, so we did in 21. And we wanted to come and we wanted to present, after we all get done, we want to know, everybody to know that we don't take our money and run. We are a 501c3 charity too. We're one of 200 clubs throughout the country. And we raise money here and we keep it. We want to present a donation check to the Surf Ballroom today from the money after all our expenses were paid that were left to give to the surf and to the community, because we love to see the Surf Ballroom exist. I'm originally from Gardner, so I'm not too far away. But now, this morning, we're from Cedar Rapids, so we had to get up pretty early to get our butts up here. We bring Lori up, and I have Randy and Tina with me this morning with our big check we'd like to present to the Surf Ballroom. Here you go. After the event, we got $16,545. So we're glad we held this year, and we're going to be back in 2023. So hopefully we keep growing. We're not quite as big as the winter dance party yet, but we're a lot warmer than the winter dance party. So hopefully we keep going, and hopefully we get a lot of participation through the community. I know we had a good time going through the stores uptown, going through streets, and the hotels were great to work with, and all the bars that had our artists. We had a great time, and everybody that came was willing to come back, so we'll be all back. Thanks for having us. Thanks, Lori.
I'll take 1 second just to say thank you. You had me at Margarita. He's right. We're very proud of our events, and this team of volunteers, they do a magnificent job bringing people from all over the country, and such a fun group of people. I've never seen anybody coast on rum for as long as these guys do. They know how. They're like professional partiers, but party with a purpose. Is that I saw that party with a purpose. So thank you very much for supporting the surf. We appreciate their partnership, and we wish you a great event. Yeah, thank you. Be a part of it.
Hi, my name is Kim Boyd. I'm the property manager at the Glen Oaks Community, which is part of the One Vision here in Clear Lake. Glen Oaks Community consists of the terrace townhomes, which are 55 plus living, and there are going to be 3 more going to be built here pretty soon. So for that, people looking for housing, the 55 plus, those will be available soon. We also have our Timbercrest independent living apartments here in Clear Lake. There are 48 apartments. We do have availability, and we just recently won the A Place for Mom, which is part of senioradvisor.com 2022 Best of Independent Living Award. We're pretty excited about it because this comes from our residents family, people who have toured you all. You can go online and nominate us. And there's only 3% nationwide that get this award. So if you ever look online, there's very few in Iowa that have won this award. So we're pretty excited about it and just want to share it.
Congratulations. All right, up next we have our new member introduction. So I'll invite those of you on the agenda to hop over here. Again, Jeremy, the Boyer Pool joined as an independent member. They weren't able to be here, but we'll go ahead and invite the North Iowa Children's Museum up to introduce herself and what she's got planned here for the community.
registered nonprofit in the state of Iowa, and we are still pending 501c3 tax exempt status. So it is our dream to create an indoor destination for learning and exploration with hands-on experiential exhibits. Our target market is 0 to 12, children 0 to 12. And we hosted, well, let me back up a second. For the exhibits, we would like half of it to be regional focused. So we envision exploring the farm-to-table supply chain, camping at Woodford Island, learning about paddle wheels and conservation at the water station, and then the other half of the exhibits would be rotating through the National Association of Children's Museums, and that would just keep locals coming back, learning more, keep everyone interested. So we had our first fundraiser in February. We had over 250 guests and raised over $6,000. And we were just so pleased with the turnout. I think it really exemplifies the need and want to bring a children's museum to North Iowa. So just really excited. I'd encourage you all to check out our website, northiowachildrensmuseum.com, to learn more, watch for upcoming events and fundraising as we start capital campaigning to reach our goal of $5 million. Thank you.
I think a children's museum would be an excellent addition to our community as another type of organization that would draw, people to our outstanding town. Up next, we have Sawyer from Brothers Ace. You may have seen in the newspaper that Kramer has sold to Brothers, and Sawyer is here to introduce himself.
Good morning, I'm Sawyer Mishak. I'm actually originally from Clear Lake, so moving back here is pretty easy. I actually haven't moved back. I'm living with my mom, but I've been here for a month now. I haven't moved a single thing. But Brothers Market is the original group, I guess, that bought Brothers Ace Hardware. There's 16 grocery stores throughout Iowa, Missouri, and one down in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's the DeVries brothers, so Jared, the football coach, and his two brothers own all of the stores. We're excited to get in there and change some stuff. All three stores are going to go through complete remodels by the end of the year, so it'll look completely different in there, freshen everything up. And we're excited to be here. We're excited to get into the community. I know I am because I'm from here. Thank you.
We've got quite a few on the same theme where it is a long-term existing business that sold to new owners, so we're excited to welcome the new owners of Simply Nourished here.
Hi, my name is Mindy Duff, and this is Beth DeGroat, and we are the new owners of Simply Nourished. Hopefully you're all familiar with that business. We actually don't live in Clear Lake. We both live in Corwith, and we have our own businesses. I'm a certified holistic health and nutrition coach who knows nothing about grocery stores, but I'm all in on the nutrition. And my friend Beth here owns Corwith Farm Service, which is our local grocery store in Corwith, so she knows all about grocery store things and how you do that. And when I saw Ashley post back this fall about how Simply Nourished, which I've shopped at for years, was up for sale, and that if somebody didn't buy it, you probably saw this, if they didn't buy it within a certain amount of time, they were going to have to shut the doors. And I thought, no, we're not doing that. So I messaged my good friend Beth here and I said, hey, do you want to buy a grocery store with me? That's literally what that message said. And she was like, all right, so here we are. So we just took ownership January 1st, and it has been a learning experience, especially for me, learning the whole grocery side of things. Thank God for Beth, who this is kind of old hat for her. But we are kind of working out what's your job, what's my job, and I think we're kind of settled in on that now. So yeah, so come, and if you haven't been there to check us out, please stop by. We are so excited to help get nutritious foods into the hands of more people. Wellness within reach has been something Ashley's promoted for a long time, and that's just kind of right on board with what my mission is too with nutrition. So stop by, and thanks for introducing us and welcoming us to Clear Lake.
All right, Cindy. Cindy's new to town too, so we have a few people who have moved here. I love that.
I'm very new. I've just been here a couple weeks. My husband, I don't know if you know Mario Van Dyke, he's been here actually a lot longer than me, and it just became I was able to move up due to I was finishing my master's, whatever. But I love this community. I mean, and all the times that I've come up on the weekends and whatever, people have been so nice and kind, and it's just very interesting, and I'm really excited to be part of it. I do have a part-time consulting business. I've been doing web development and marketing for about 14 years. I am all about empowering people. There's always this kind of mystery, like, how does Google find me? And how do I not get screwed over by people who are telling me I need A, B, C? Because that tends to happen a lot. I've rescued a ton of companies where they were sold products and services that they just really didn't need. And so I tend to spend a lot of time on coaching programs with people, but I also do it. But that's what I do.
All right, so Scribbins Family Dentistry sold to Dr. Grant here, so he's going to introduce himself.
Hey everybody, my name is Grant Lehman. I grew up in Hampton, Iowa, so not too far away, but I've been super excited to get back to north central Iowa. Clear Lake is a town that I've noticed, small town, but tons of people my age say, I can't wait to get back there someday. And you don't hear that a lot when you're, my age. People always want to go to some big city or something like that. So it's a testament to you guys supporting each other, and the town clearly has a ton of people that care about the town succeeding. So I have an awesome staff that really cares about patients, and the patients have been just awesome, supportive, and it's just been a fun time being here. So I look forward to meeting each one of you someday and getting to know you a little better. Thank you.
All right, we are to our last section of the agenda, the events and things of interest. So if you are on that portion of the agenda, I invite you over here. And we're going to start off with our next signature event, which is our Earth Day. And we are so very grateful to have Jan Lovell. She leads our Earth Day committee, and she's going to provide an update of what to expect here in the coming weeks.
Thank you. Wow, what an incredible day. Woo! So proud of this town. Anybody here have cabin fever? Yeah. The solution to that is Clear Lake Earth Day. So, today is the last day that you can vote on when the ice will be going out. So be sure to go to Clear Lake Facebook, and you'll be winning Clear Lake Box and become famous by figuring out when the ice will be going out. So many things, we have kind of a theme of why do when you can overdo, and so we have lots of things going on. We're very excited to be back with the Green Expo in this very venue. So April 23rd, it's a great way to promote your organization, promote your business. It's just a lot of fun. So register online. Along that line with other events that we have coming up, other ways to get involved. The Trash Bash. So we want to welcome people to Clear Lake. So one of the things that we do is pick up litter, and it's a great way to promote your business, a great way to promote your organization. And not only, there are now 2 ways, another place to earn the green jacket other than Atlanta. So green jacket, go for it. It's something to compete for sure. A number of activities that are happening in the schools and the library, and we have committee members here as well, so be sure to check those out. And to top it all off, start limbering up for the 5K, 10K, a fundraise on April 23rd. We have all kinds of other activities that day for kids, for families, and check that out. City Park will have a few surprises prizes as well. Maybe something about a pickle? I don't know. So stay tuned. Great way to be engaged in the community. So, yay, Clear Lake!
Hi, I'm Jennifer Pinsky. I'm with One Vision, and I feel the same excitement that Jan is feeling. What an exciting time and inspiring. So I'm going to piggyback on her a little bit because One Vision does have 2 teams of the people that we support get part of that trash bash pickup, so we're excited about that. And also, this wasn't part of it, but I wanted to mention, since it came right after her, these are on your table, that our general store and our Trident 2 do their part in the recycling portion along with that Earth Day. We bailed 1.25 million pounds of items last year to keep out of our landfill. So our general stores are doing their part, and you guys, by donating to that, help keep our community clean and worthwhile. So thank you for that. I'm up here actually promoting our J. Brooks Walk-A-Block event that's coming up on April 9th. You've got this on your table too to look at the website for that. But this is our 9th annual. J. Brooks came to us 9 years ago and said, when our autism center was up and going, starting to get up and going, and said, I want to do something. This is an important part of my life, and our community needs this center. And so he has been doing this walk. This year it's at the Southbridge Mall on April 9th. And this is just an important, extremely important for our families and kids who attend our autism center and receive their therapy. We have a family that came in to do a video clip with us, and they're driving from Charles City. For the last 10 years, they've been coming up to the center to receive their therapy for their son, Sam, who needs this in his life to help him be successful in his future. And so they, are just saying thank you. They are hoping and inviting you to come out, either be a sponsor, donate to this. This is important to our community in Clear Lake. This center, if we weren't here, people would be traveling to Des Moines or Rochester for these services. So just an important piece that's integral to our community to draw people to come and live in this great community. So hope you can join us and be a part of this. And our registration to get your t-shirts is coming up March 18th, so please get registered soon. Great sponsors for this, Clear Lake Bank and Trust, CLTEL and Dean Snyder are our primary sponsors, so thank you to them.
Good morning. We are excited for our upcoming season at Central Gardens. We have been busy all winter planning events. We have over 70 scheduled. We had a nice request from the Clear Lake JCs, and we will be hosting the Easter egg hunt at our site. JCs are hosting, we are providing the space, so we are very excited. Typically we do not open till May 1st, but we will be opening that day to host the site for the Easter egg hunt. May 1st we'll be opening, and we are having a volunteer open house that day. We always are looking for volunteers. Maybe your business would like to come together one day and do a service project. We have FFA we work with, Newman Schools, so please reach out. We're always looking for volunteer time, and we're very flexible with that. So I'm going to let our development director give a couple more updates.
Hi, just to let you know, we put these little flyers on your table. If you'd like to sign up to hear about our events, we will send you an email notification of events that are coming up. We have a great lineup going on for the season. Starting right out of the gate on May 1st. Also want to let you know that our annual report is now published. It's out on our website. It's absolutely beautiful. If you're a member, you would have received it in the last couple of days. If you're not, please join us.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Angie from Your United Way of North Central Iowa. We're almost done. It's just me and Melissa left. pats on the back of our last year's results from campaign. We've launched a sponsorship program to help us get out into the community and do more good. And so there's two different ways. There's just a basic corporate sponsorship, and then there's iPledge, which is really cool. If you're a small business owner and you wanted to provide sponsorship to United Way and work with us, it's basically you create however you want to help us out. And so iPledge is you pledge to support in your own unique way. So it's really good for restaurants or hair salons or coffee shops. You can dedicate a drink of the month. You can say every 5th haircut, I'm going to give such and such percentage. So it's a really cool way to sponsor, and you create it yourself. Another quick thing coming up, we are going to do our Rise and Shine Relay again, which was really exciting. Last year we had 6 business teams, so we're hoping to get 10 this year. And I'm going to spoiler alert it anyway. It's a tricycle race. That's all I'm going to say.
Morning, everyone. I'm Melissa Schonenberg with Habitat for Humanity of North Central Iowa. It's so great to see so many friendly faces here. For those of you that don't know how Habitat works, we do housing, we do workforce housing, we do affordable housing, and so we are trying to help with that shortage that has been coming up today. So what we do is we partner with families that work hard, they have a steady income, but their credit it's not good enough to get a bank loan, basically. So we become the bank for them. We give them a 0% interest loan. They make affordable payments to us over 30, 35 years, and we're able to provide them with safe and affordable and energy efficient housing. So we are hoping to start another project in Clear Lake this year. It's actually going to be by the school. It's a wonderful homeowner that works at Mercy and Charlie Brown. She has 2 kids, so we're excited to get that going. It's going to be our 54th family that we've partnered with in our area, and we have a couple other exciting projects in the works that I can't quite announce today, but we're really going to try to do what we can to help with that shortage of housing. We also do home repair projects, aging in place, help with ramps, help seniors that want to stay in their homes so that they can safely. So those are all things that we do. We have to raise our money locally. We don't get money from anybody else, anywhere, the international or anything like that. So part of what we're doing to raise money is our Hammers and Heels event. So we haven't had that. It'll be 3 years since, because of COVID, we weren't able to do it the last 2 years. We're going to host it right here at Surf for the first time, so we're super excited. It's going to be on April 28th. Our tables are selling fast, so if anybody wants a table sponsorship, let me know. There's some flyers just on the counter there, and we also are looking for some auction items. We're going to have silent and live auctions. We have a trip to Nashville that's going to get auctioned off. We have some fun parties and hosted events, airplane rides, things like that, so it'll be a lot of fun. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's a fashion show with designs made of construction materials. We have 13 businesses that are making designs right now furiously. It's so much fun, and from a distance you can't tell that it's duct tape and washers and all kinds of creative things, and so it's just a lot of fun, and then they come out and spread their stuff on the stage. DeJurin Photography is actually doing a video for us right now, so you can see that with some of our families and more information. So we're just super excited, and we hope you guys can make it. We also have our Restore, which is Earth Day every day, Jan, right? At our Restore. So that's a way that we are able to do our projects. So the payments we get from our families help, but they're only 10% of our budget because they are low in nature. So with that, we have to raise our money in other ways, and the store is one good way. If you ever have a door in your garage that you were going to install and then just never got it done, or a sink, or a toilet, or furniture, home decor, all that kind of stuff. If you haven't been in our store, come check it out. We have antiques, we've had sailboats, we've had paddle wheel boats, a JFK paper collection. I mean, anything you can imagine we get in the store. So come check that out too, and that helps support our projects. So Hammers and Heels, April 28th.
So if you thought you were getting out of here early today, haha, surprise, I'm on the agenda. So I'm going to pretend to be Deb Tizar for a moment and talk about the Clear Lake Area Concert Association. I think she's probably busy helping with the plethora of Earth Day activities today, so she wasn't able to join us. On your tables is the next upcoming season. They're going to start selling tickets for that on April 6th. You can get those at the Chamber. We do still have, we're only halfway through the current season. There is a concert tomorrow night. It is, let's see here, Chipper Lowell, who is a comedian and magician, and it's for an all-ages crowd. And Deb was actually kind enough to send along some free passes for tomorrow, or for Today's Friday.
Yeah,
it's Friday. This has been the longest week ever. So tomorrow night's Hairball. So tonight, if you want to go to the concert at E.B. Stillman, we have tickets. You can just come see me. If we run out, Deb said she's happy to provide some more. Also, the next concert is going to be April 27th. And if you actually come to that concert and want to sign up for next year, you can get into that one free as well. So all sorts of fun things going on with the Clear Lake Concert Association. They also have a brand new website, clearlakeconcerts.com or clearlakeconcerts.org. So yeah, come see me if you want any guest passes. I might just leave them up at the table, so if you want to snag one on your way out. And then I wanted to give you guys just a brief tourism update. We were really excited. We got our final quarterly tax payment from 2021 just this week. And as you know, last year was pretty rough, or 2020 was pretty rough, but we were really excited. So 2019, just to give you a little background, was our biggest year ever. We really blew all of our numbers out of the water. We were just really going all full steam ahead. 2020 was a huge hit for us, but I will tell you, 2021, we actually exceeded our 2019 numbers. So in the tourism context, that kind of shows that we are recovering here in Clear Lake very well. A lot of it has to do with us being rural, and as you can just see, like our downtown is vibrant. We've got stuff going on. People want to be here, and we're excited to welcome them. Actually, we have a couple different things coming up that I want to tell you guys about too and how you can get involved. One of them is on April 7th. It's actually Global Meeting Industry Day. And so what we want to do here locally is invite you all to come out into an open house to all of our venues throughout the community. And whether you're hosting a small retreat to a full-on convention, just see what we have out there. We do have a couple places that are already booked up, so we're going to do kind of a virtual thing for them. So we're really excited to support that. And then National Travel and Tourism Week is the first week of May every year. And this year we're super excited. We're going to be launching a really fun, unique Clear Lake geocache. We're kind of piggybacking along with the fact of the great outdoors. It's a free activity, all ages can do. And we're also hosting a geocaching convention at the Ventura Community Center in September. And that's an Iowa Geocachers Association is actually coming up to North Iowa. And so Rachel and I have been learning a lot about geocaching, and she's actually asked for a community ed class about geocaching. So we're really trying to work with that, and so we will be launching that special geocache on May 2nd. So hopefully you guys can get on the app and learn along with us and get out and explore. So have a great weekend. A great spring break.
I had asked what a geocache is, and as a mom, I think I should know this, but I didn't. It's like a virtual treasure hunt. So there's an app, and it gives you clues, and you have to find the next clue. It's really cool. I'm excited to see what the Clear Lake geocache is going to be. And then just to reiterate in regard to conventions, if you serve on any boards, if they have meetings, whether it's just a small meeting of a board or whether they have an annual convention, we can help with getting Clear Lake as the host of that convention. So make sure that as you serve on boards throughout the state, that you keep Clear Lake in mind as a place to welcome your boards and your conventions too. So with that, thank you so much for coming today. Hope you all have a great weekend.